Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is where I'm going to be journaling this trip to El Salvador, and I've asked Alex to join me.
Morning.
Alex Jacobs. He is, for those of you around Hilliard, you may see us wearing these hats or wearing shirts that say Tiger Bear. He is the co-founder of that, so if you haven't had a chance to check out some of his merchandise, do that. It's a really
nice
cool
plug.
Yeah,
Thanks, buddy.
free plug. It's a really cool story behind what they do. So he's a friend, and I've asked him to be a part of this and just kind of sit down with me and take his chance to ask me 3 questions about this upcoming journey.
Does everybody know about the 3 questions?
They know that I'm doing these videos and just kind of asking people that care about me, that are interested in doing this, just take a chance and ask me 3 questions that you might want answered, or might be the same question somebody watching has.
Sure.
And, you know, I'd like to encourage people that are watching this that if you'd like to sit down with me, you know, reach out to me, and I'd love to have a cup of coffee with you and just kind of let you have your chance and ask some questions.
Yeah, or just post them, right?
You
tell
can
them
put
the
them
questions you want answered.
Yeah, send me a message on Facebook or social media or whatever, and I'll answer them maybe in the next broadcast or just directly.
Sweet. Well, thanks for the opportunity, man. You know, one thing I'd like to tell you is I'm absolutely inspired by the decision that you've made and how you've gotten there, and kind of got to see you walk along this journey and path and what have you. So it's been really cool, man, for what it's worth. So
I appreciate
inspiring and proud of you and motivated by it, I guess, to some degree, man. So congrats,
Awesome.
Dave. Definitely.
Thank you.
Yeah. You know, so with that, I don't know. I've got a few questions, but I don't know which one to start with. So now that you've kind of made the decision to go, what are you most apprehensive about right now? Right. I think you kind of got over the hurdle that, hey, I'm going to go do this, and I've been led to it. But now, where are you at now?
Yeah.
Not worried, but just in that feeling in your stomach of the unknown, right? The apprehension part. Is there anything you could say about that?
Yeah, for me, I remember the first conversation we had about it, and you know, Alex has always been that friend that has challenged me well, you know, and I mean that with the highest respect, because he challenged me with good questions. And the first time we met and we talked about this, he was in the inner circle that I brought in first, and he asked me, you know, what are you scared of? Why do you keep saying you're scared? What are you scared of? You've been there, you've met the people, you've eaten the food, you've made friends, you've got, you know, what are you scared of? And it took him asking me that to really figure out what I was scared of and what I was anxious about. And, you know, it's not the surface things, it's not the travel, it's not the people, it's not the traffic, it's not the buses, it's not the gangs, it's not the, you know, whatever the things that normal people would be scared of to go there. For me, it's just, it's the unknown. It's do I trust enough in what God's called me to do, and do I trust God enough to take care of me? And that's, for the first time, you know, since I was old enough to work, I'm not going to be able to work and generate revenue, and I'm not going to be able to do these things, and I'm not going to have a car, I'm not going to have a mailbox, I'm not going to have these things. So it's that trusting part of just fully jumping in and just fully being, you know, depending on God to take care of me. And that's the scary part for me. It's just that fear of, it's no longer up to what I can do. It's depending 100% on God. So I think that's where the most anxiety comes from as I get closer and closer to this.
Cool. So I guess that would kind of lead into my second question. What if do you potentially see this at this point, right? Not knowing how it's all going to go, do you see it being permanent?
Another good question, and that's something I've wrestled with, because I don't really know what God's plan is.
Sure.
And that's the you know, if I'm being transparent, that's the frustrating part for me, is because I want to see the whole path in advance.
Right. We think we do anyway.
Right. I had a good conversation with Nate, the mission pastor at Rock City, and he did a really good job of just kind of grounding me in the fact of just take the first step and let God put everything else into place. So I feel like I'm going into this really realistically of, I don't know. I don't know if God's plan is 6 months, if God's plan is 1 year, if God's plan is the rest of my life.
Yep.
For me, my level of commitment right now is what I'm telling people is I'm planning on being there for 1 year initially, and part of that is when I go, the first thing I can do is get a 90-day visa, and then I can apply paperwork wise for a 1 year visa.
Right.
So that process, the one girl that I'm friends with that's there, she said it took her 8 months to get her first 1 year visa. So it's not an easy process paperwork wise. So, honestly, like I say, right now, my vision is I'm willing to put on paper and say that, my plan is to stay for 1 year. I don't know what God's plan is. Could it potentially be the rest of my life? Maybe. But I feel at the end of, if nothing less, at the end of that 1 year, I will know God has put things in place and this is where I'm supposed to be, or hey, this season in your life is over. I'm ready for you to do something else.
Right.
So that's just kind of the mindset I'm going into it as is, God has called me to buy the ticket, and I'm going to buy the ticket, and then we'll see what he does after that.
That's pretty exciting. I mean, when you really think about it, it's pretty cool. So
it is, and it's for me to think of me
scary but exciting.
Yeah, me spending the rest of my life somewhere else.
Yeah.
It is intense. It's big. It's huge. As I went through the packing and the moving process and things like that, I'm like really honestly looking at things and going, okay, I'm going to put this in a box, and I may not get it out for another year. I don't know what that's really like because I've never really done that. So it's different.
It's going to be a lot of new and unknowns. So cool. Obviously, you know a lot of people down there. Some of them, what percentage of them know you're coming? First of all, I have no idea.
So the only people I've really spoke to about this is Daniel at the organization we partner with, CDInfo. He knows, and I'm not sure who he's told in his flock.
Right.
I haven't told any of my sponsor kids or anything like that. I haven't really shared it with anybody other than Daniel there.
Yeah.
Not because I didn't want to, just because I don't know. I just kind of I needed Daniel's blessing to do this. And then once I got that, I really didn't worry myself about I have to tell somebody else, or I have to know somebody else, or I have to let somebody else know. I know that he has told his wife and some other, at least one other person, because those people have sent me messages saying that they're praying for me.
Yeah.
So I haven't really talked to a lot of people down there about it.
Yeah. So I think it'll be, I guess what are you most excited about? I'll ask you that, but then I'm thinking through something else that I'll share in just a second, but what are you most excited about?
I'm just most excited to, and I've shared this with some different people, and people who know me know that there's just something special there for me. And I don't know why God called me there. I don't know why he put this in my path, but people have told me you're just a different person when you're there. We see different things out of you when you're there. So as far as the excitement thing is, for me personally, just being around the people and that's great. I love those people there. But the special part for me is I honestly feel closer to God when I'm there, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I don't have the distractions of cell phones and emails and things like that, or if it's just a special place for me and God, I guess. So it can be good or it can be bad. When I was there for 3 months, there were a lot of highs and lows, but it was a great time for me to just get closer to God and just for him to show me things about myself and to show me things about the world and to show me things about what it truly looks like to live that life of just serving every day in and out.
Well, and I think that's why you feel the way you feel is you're doing what you're called to do, man. So,
right.
He always says that he'll feel it.
Right.
So I think that's good. The kind of cool part that I've thought about is these people, and I assume that they invested in you to some degree, but it's always temporary, right? I mean, you're only there for a certain period of time, and a lot of us humans, we don't open up and truly, you don't ever get to see everything about us and really who we are as a person if we don't trust you, right? And if we don't get the time to move through those things and show you who we really are. And so I think that the fact that you've been able to invest in these people so much, I'm excited to see what they do in you. right? And now that you're going to be in the community and you're going to be there every day, and they're going to wake up and know, hey, Jason's going to be here in a month. Jason's going to be here in 2 months, right? And I'm excited to see what God does through them, through you, right? And how that kind of evolves and what that looks like. So not really a question, just a statement. I thought about that the other day. I'm like, it's going to be pretty cool. So
Yeah.
see what they do to you.
And that was something.
Not do to you.
Right.
Through you.
Through you. That was one of the big lessons for me when I was there for 3 months, was just learning the trust factor. As I dealt with some of the kids from the streets and things like that. It's all about trust. If they trust you, they will truly open up and share with you, just like we do, here.
Sure.
We're not that different. But there it's a different, for me personally, it was a different level of working with people from a situation that I'd never really been exposed to.
Sure.
And it was difficult. If I'm being honest, the first couple weeks I was with those boys at the boys' home, it was really hard because I was the gringo. I was someone who didn't speak Spanish. I was someone who couldn't have possibly lived a life like they lived and had no experiences like they had. And so they didn't want to open up to me, and they didn't want to be my friend, and they just wanted to push and push and push. All you parents out there know what that's like, where they just want to push you. And it took a breaking point between me and one of the boys there, where Daniel had to actually sit down with both of us and just talk through some things. And as we did that, we learned that our experiences weren't that different. My story and this boy's story were similar as far as coming from a broken home and different situations. And at the end of that, everybody was in tears because we realized, hey, we're from 2 totally different places. We're from 2 totally different backgrounds, but our stories are really similar, and we're not that different. And we both have spots that are sensitive to us. And once that level of trust was established, me and that guy, boy, he's 20 something now, but we now have a friendship that's on a different level. So it was really cool. So I look forward to more experiences like that. And like you're saying, that only comes through time of, hey, this isn't just another person who's going to walk out on me. Hey, this isn't another person who's just going to show up and then leave. And, this is someone who's going to be here daily to invest in me. So.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's exciting all the way around. Well, cool. I don't have anything else, man. Obviously, I wish you the best and know that you'll do amazing things and meet a lot of people and do really good things for people, man. So
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thanks for sitting down with me, and everybody, thanks for watching the video. And I will see you in another week. I'm not sure who the next guest is going to be. Maybe it's going to be you. So reach out to me. Let me know. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.